Hello guys, I'm backtesting GBP USD, whereas this is another video, the continuation of last video. As we always start from the weekly time frame or analysis, the higher time frame analysis. We can clearly see here the weekly is headed towards the upside, right? Making higher highs, breaking structure to the upside, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Now looking at the last candle, it literally engulfed the previous two candles. So after seeing a candle like this on the weekly time frame, we anticipate this to target the previous week high, respecting the previous week low, to then continue heading towards the upside. Whereas now if we go to the daily time frame and also in the weekly, if we see clearly there is a weekly fair value gap as our target, so now we will target this weekly fair value gap as our target to fill up that weekly fair value gap. And our main draw of liquidity for the week will be this buy side liquidity. Whenever we are going up, we target the buy side liquidity, and whenever we are going down, we target the sell side liquidity. So on the daily time frame, we can see Thursday and Friday we are NFP, so huge bullish momentum. There is a gap, there is a daily reprice here, so the price can easily come here, rebalance the price here on the daily, and then go to the upside. That will be our target. And there is also one thing: if the market is bullish, so the weekly candle framing, or you can also say weekly profiling, whenever the market is bullish, the market opens here. First it has to make the low of the week, then continue up to take the previous week high, and then a reversal, right? The most ideal case scenario will look something like this in the weekly time frame. So we will wait for the low of the week to feel made first, and then continue heading towards the upside, something like that. And in the daily time frame, there was a break of structure to the upside. There I'll show why I marked that. And in the 4-hourly time frame, there is nothing much. There is a previous weekly low. This is the previous weekly low, this is the previous weekly high right here. So we are trading between these zones. Anything before this zone, it is irrelevant for us. So we are only analyzing this zone to make our trading much easier. In the 4-hourly, we can see there is a break of structure here to the upside, so the market is bullish. So obviously there will be a demand zone somewhere on here. We will refine it towards the lower time frames, which I've already done. Let me show you. And in the hourly time frame, we mark the previous daily low and daily high. There's a break of structure here, and this is a very strong hourly demand right here. Why? Because it caused the break of structure here, and also it was a huge move on Friday, which happened on London session, something like that. And now on the hourly time frame, this is the demand zone I'm looking to buy from. If I'm buying, my bias is bullish, obviously. And also in the 4-hourly time frame, we can see the market when it's bullish, it makes higher highs and higher lows, right? It is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, so we can anticipate a higher low to then continue making the higher high. As simple as it can get. So now what I will do is I will wait for the higher low to get formed here, somewhere around here, wherever, doesn't matter, and then try to catch the trade at the bottom. That's our goal. So now we go to the 15 minutes time frame. So we execute the trades on the 15. This is the hourly fair value gap. Either the move can happen from here directly if the trend is very strong, or it can go down and react off of this demand right here. So that is possible right there. What I will do is we'll wait for the price to open. So literally what we want is the Asian range to consolidate, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, so and some manipulation to happen, and then I want to be a part of the distribution move, the power tree, right? So what we can see here is the Asian high and Asian low are met. So now the most ideal case scenario will be the Asian low to get swept and then make the move towards the upside. It will be the 4-hour higher low and continuation of the uptrend, whereas on the 15 minutes time frame, it will be Asian low sweep and our entry model playing out, and also the low of the week. But it is Monday, we also have to keep that in mind. It is Monday and it is not ideal to trade on Monday, and mostly the Monday doesn't make the low of the week. Tuesday or Wednesday does. And also one thing, Monday there was no news, so that was a green flag right there. So the market literally all the way down here, literally the market was bearish here all the way down here. It gave inducement right around here. If I do this, there was inducement right here on 12, which is pre-London Frankfurt session. Inducement happened, it went up for a bit, took out the early buyers around here, and then entered the demand zone that I have marked. And after entering the demand zone, we go to the hourly time frame, something like this. And in the hourly, we can see, look at the seller's volume right here, look at the selling pressure. Obviously we don't want to sell at this selling pressure right here, but it was in the demand zone. It swept this external liquidity right here. If you can see, this was the 15 minutes liquidity, and also this liquidity was yesterday's New York session low. This was yesterday's New York session low, like Friday's New York session low, which has a lot of liquidity because huge buying happened from here. This was the zone that caused this huge move and break of structure to the upside. So now we can see a potential rejection from there after sweeping that low. On the hourly had a very good selling pressure, but it made sense. Not one of the best trades, I'm saying it, not one of the best trades, but yeah, it was a B setup and it played out, so it is what it is. So probably thought of making a video to capture this, and it was a beautiful 1:10. The price literally didn't even have a retracement, bro. Literally targeted this high right here, previous weekly high, and made the new high. Exactly. So it was a beautiful trade, so thought of journaling it. And yeah, have to catch this on the live markets now.